Today on CarlitosWays, I expertly clean a lens. I show you how not to do your first lap around the Nordschleife Nürburgring. I almost get taken out, and I have a crisis. If music and narrations are not your thing, then watch my new series, Drive and Shut Up. An episode-based playlist with the best moments at awesome tracks, cool cars, and no music, no narration. Just pure, unadulterated sound from the cars and the track. Watch out for the links at the top of the video, at the end of the video, or at the description. Now let's get to it! You're joining me outside of the Nordschleife, just outside the circuit. And as you can probably tell, this was filmed in 2016. And as you can see, we are not on the track. Unfortunately, there was an accident, and we had a long way to go. You see me barely inching forward. That's because people are losing their patience and leaving. But soon after, we are rewarded by that wonderful sound of the engine running, and we start moving forward. Yeah! And here we go, guys and girls. This was my first ever lap around the Nordschleife on my Audi RS6 Plus C5. The track was full of people eager to get at least a couple of laps before it was closed again, so it was a real nightmare. But huge fun and a humongous learning curve. So, let's get right into showing you how you shouldn't do your first lap around the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Now, let me remind you that if you want to see the unedited lap, complete with no narration and no music, then please head over to my video, my episode 1 of Drive and Shut Up, where you will see the entire lap, no problems, no music, no narration. Now let's continue with this lap. So the first corners are fairly uneventful. I'm just learning the rhythm of the track. And here you can see where there is a person who is probably a beginner, just like me. They are not indicating if they are gonna get out of way. I don't know, I'm nervous, so I'm really tentative to go past. And when I finally decide to go past, then that carries me completely wide over the corner. I miss the apex completely, and then I have to go really slowly. That's just the price you pay for being a newbie, I guess. In here, it was my first scary moment. As I get past this blue car, I accelerated too much and I didn't know about the dip. Here you can see in my voice, you can hear in my voice that the car surprised me. So basically the steering pulled to the right, and I wasn't expecting that. The scariest moment, however, came here. As I'm just about to get passed by a Mini, I accelerated behind him and I didn't really pay attention where my car was positioned, and here, right about now, I almost went straight onto the wall. You can hear in my voice the level of fear, and well, you can see how much I'm reflecting in life about now. 30 seconds of self-reflection, and that's basically due to the fact that I was really not expecting the car to pull as much as it did towards the right. It was basically in the wrong position, and I had never felt something like that, so that was quite scary. Afterwards, I started recovering my confidence, and it was fairly uneventful. This was a really nice series of corners, but as you can see, I'm taking it easy, slowly, letting the cars by as they go by, and just trying to keep out of trouble. Here you can see the difference with this white car. When they indicate and they tell you they're gonna get out of the way, then you can really dive bomb with a certain degree of certainty that you will be able to make the corner. And then heading towards the carousel, in this couple of corners it was nice, smooth, high speed, but you know, it was great. It was great taking those corners with a lot of caution. Here, this blue car has already indicated that he's gonna let me pass, but I didn't want to go over the carousel. So here I know he was going to let me pass, so I go by no problem. And then this car here in front, same problem. I don't know if they are going to let me through or not. And yeah, I'll just have to be patient and wait. However, I go really wide over the corner and then I notice a fast Porsche approaching, so I tried to get out of the way as fast as I could and I didn't watch forward, and I almost end up in the grass, and that would have been bad because that would have been ending up in the barriers. So going forward, no problems, then started recovering my confidence and then started gaining a lot of more confidence, which is why here coming up with YouTube corner, you can hear right there, I was really struggling to brake, and I was really struggling to stop the car. This was really scary as well, and now I understand why there are so many videos about that. So the next corners, they were again uneventful. I let the cars by as they should. They are so much quicker. I was astonished how much quicker other people are, but I was starting to get confidence as well. So here you can see, as soon as this Cayman goes by, I tried to keep up as much as I could, and yeah, I was starting to get the hang of it. And I guess the tires were starting to really warm or burn up, if you will. But yeah, it was really great. And yeah, that's almost getting towards the end of the lap, which is great, and just a couple of cars that go by and the lap is pretty much finished here. As soon as you pass the last carousel, it's just a couple of corners more, and since this is Touristenfahrten, then you don't get to drive the straight all the way to the start of the circuit. Yeah, you have to stop in the middle and get out of the circuit and then come back in. So yeah, on my second lap I had a scary moment just at the beginning because someone almost took me out. As you can see, the guy was really struggling to brake and I had nowhere else to go. What can I do? So yeah. And here is the best moment where I had to be brave, because this was my scary moment in the previous lap, and here I was brave and took it the right way around. Yeah, so it may seem ridiculous, my celebration, but the sensation was amazing. It really feels like you are being pushed down onto the seat, and that's something I had not felt before. Thank you for joining the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Watch Drive and Shut Up if you want the unedited version. Thank you and goodbye.